Hello, welcome to the 2020 Back to School Night. My name is Mr. Jason Kosanke, and I am your son and daughter's teacher for Algebra A. So, over the next few minutes, we'll outline a few things about myself as your kid's teacher and then a little bit about the class as well. So, first of all, who is this guy? That is me, and my email address right here and phone number if you need to contact me. That is also listed on our school website, so you can get those for any staff member at any time if you need to at the Germantown High School website. I spend plenty of time up in northern Wisconsin, as you can see there, but I live in the town of Polk, actually in the Slinger School District. Was born in Milwaukee, and this is year 15 for me here in Germantown. So just a little bit briefly about my background as an educator. Don't hold it against me. I'm a Menominee Falls high school product. I went to college at Evangel University in Springfield, Missouri, where I have a mathematics and education degree with a minor in physical education. I was a Dean's List student there. Achieved my master's degree at Marian University in at-risk education. My first teaching job was at Thomas Jefferson Middle School for 1 year. Took over as a long-term sub for a teacher who was ill. Then I taught at Waterford Union High School for 4 years before transitioning to Waukesha South High School, where I was the head baseball coach and taught in their math department. And in 2006 through today, I've been here at Germantown. So like I said earlier, entering year 15. As far as the way I go about daily class or daily instruction, I like to use integrated instruction as much as possible, getting the students involved with our conversations and dialogue. We'll use technology and practical applications as much as we can. I use a lot of leading questions, so rather than just simply providing the answer, trying to get your sons and daughters to think and be actively involved in what we're doing. And student-driven response and react, that's a big one for me. So as they ask questions, as they're involved in class, that kind of dictates where we go throughout the hour as far as our responses and moving forward, and try to make learning math as enjoyable as possible and as painless as possible. Daily expectations, I don't really have a long list. I expect kids to come to class, whether it's here or virtually, to be on time, and effort and attitude. So we don't have discipline issues in my room because, quite frankly, I don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate it at home with my own kids, so I'm not going to take it here. But I'll tell you this, if I do have to have a talking to your son or daughter, it's going to be based on effort and attitude. We got great kids here at Germantown. They behave well. And so I thank you as parents for that. So again, if we have any issues, it generally boils down to effort and attitude. Algebra A is a co-taught course. So my co-teacher, Mr. Stubbe, and I both serve as teachers in the classroom. Typically, one of us will be guiding instruction or going through homework, while the other one is available for questions either online or in person here in class. We cover approximately 6 units in Algebra A. It is the first half of the Algebra 1 curriculum. So presently we're in number systems right now, which is order of operation, distributive property, fractions, general number sense, and then we'll transition into linear equations, inequalities, then we get into graphing, then we'll go systems in the second semester along with statistics, and then exponential functions, x squared, x cubed. What happens when we do something other than linear relationships? Again, it's a team-taught course with Mr. Stubbe. He's been here for 14 years, I believe. He's also the girls' head basketball coach here in campus. So we've taught together this class. This is year 4 together that Matt and I have taught this course. We do a wrapped curriculum or scaffolded curriculum. So what students see on the first day, we'll also do the next day and so forth. So we try to build on each section, each unit. Quizzes every 2 sections in this class. There's no big unit test. We just go with quizzes roughly every 2 sections. Sometimes it might be every 3. And so as far as grade calculation in this course, we do total points. Semester grade, 90% of that is based on your quarter. So quarter 1 and quarter 2 will count 90% for semester 1. Final exam will count 10%. Daily homework grades are approximately 3 points each. Our quizzes, which breaks down about once a week, are 20 to 35 points. Your son and daughter all have a 3-ring binder, much like this one right here, that will have their name on it, and it is kept on a shelf in class. Unless they're at home virtually, then they have all those materials at home, but they're allowed to use their notes on quizzes. There are no unit tests. We have a cumulative semester final exam, and they are allowed to use that binder on that final exam as well. And again, it is scaffolded curriculum, so what you see in Unit 1, we will continue to do throughout the year, and with Unit 2 and 3 and so forth. As always, if you have any questions about the course or your son or daughter's progress, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Stuvey or myself via telephone or email. Email is probably the best way, just because we're checking that multiple times throughout the day. If you leave a voicemail, that's fine, but generally we don't have access to that until the start of the day at the beginning or at the very end. Just a little bit more about me briefly. My wife, Dawn, of 23 years, will be 24 in December. She is a kindergarten teacher at K-Stars over at MacArthur, so she's also in the district. So some of your sons or daughters may have had Miss Dawn as their kindergarten teacher. My son, Grant David, he is a senior in college. He's at Evangel University in Missouri, plays baseball. Proud of him. He's worked very hard, earned a scholarship out of high school to do that, and it's provided him some opportunities to play in Canada and a few other things. So in his senior year, he'll have one more year after this one. He got a red shirt his sophomore year due to an injury. So, but getting after it and loving it. He is a digital arts major, so graphic design, TV media, social media relations, and so forth. He enjoys fishing, especially for bass, hockey, lifting, and running his business that he started called Sinks Crank. So he runs a fishing lure business and has done quite well with that. And he is definitely of the fishermen in the family. He puts me to shame. My daughter, Savannah Ruth, we call her Boo. She's 18 years old, and she enjoys playing hockey, reading, her birds, and camping and baking. Like I say, she's a hockey player here, as you can see from high school, and she is currently a freshman at Iowa State University, where she is majoring in graphic arts and interior design. And just like our son, we're extremely proud of him. As far as my interest, I also enjoy fishing, although I don't do it nearly as well as my son. I like hunting, specifically bow hunting. I'll do the other type, but I prefer to bow hunt. If I'm carrying a shotgun, it's typically bird dog hunting with our dog Gunner. I enjoy auto racing, and I was a former college baseball coach. Gave that up when my kids were younger in order to be at home and help be dad and help raise my kids. And 9 years ago, I jumped back into that with a travel organization I started called Strike Zone Baseball Academy, where we had players from all over southeastern Wisconsin, a couple from Iowa. And 3 years ago, I became the head baseball coach at Homestead High School. And for those of you wondering or asking, yes, I did apply for the Germantown job last year, and we'll leave it at that. So that's a rundown of who I am. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please call or email at any time, and we're here to help. So thank you very much.